Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Every day I go to these websites and look up the most recent news for Ripple and XRP. And today I was on Crypto Globalist. It's not a bad site. I was scrolling down here and I finally saw this article here from a few days ago. Ripple XRP will have a Mark Cuban moment. And I remember that the Digital Asset Investor did a video about the Mark Cuban moment. And so at first I was going to read this article, but then I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to rewatch the Digital Asset Investor's video because you know that this article was based on his video. His video came out first. That article came out later. And guys, I'm not going to watch the video with you guys right now. I'm going to post it in the description. Just so you guys know, I always post all resource material in the description of my video, no matter what, okay? So if you guys ever see a piece of news or a video that I don't actually play in my video, you'll always be able to find it in the descriptions of my video. And so guys, if you haven't seen this video, Ripple XRP holders will have a Mark Cuban moment. It's really great. I'm not going to get into it, but of course I'll share the link in the description, and I'll even do one better. There was a mini documentary made on Mark Cuban a few years back. I'll even post that mini documentary in the description because it was also posted on YouTube. And so he spurs me on to think of other ideas, to start thinking outside the box. I don't always like to just kind of focus on news and all the same things that other people are saying. But he did kind of spur me on to do this video. I'm going to give him credit for that. It's not mirroring his video. It doesn't talk about Mark Cuban specifically or anything like that. But it did get me thinking about XRP. And I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank. It's an American show where budding entrepreneurs come on TV and, with their business idea or a business that they've already started, and they ask the sharks for an investment. And this show has been replicated around the world. I know in Canada, there was Dragon's Den, which actually came out before Shark Tank. Kevin O'Leary and Robert Herjavec were on it. As you guys may know, they are Canadian, but I digress. It really is good because you can see what people are doing, and you can see why the sharks decide to finance some businesses over other businesses. And I've been watching for several seasons now, and I have been noticing that there are similar themes and what kinds of businesses sharks will invest in rather than other businesses. And there are articles online about this. Obviously, I came across one that really distills down the reasons why the sharks would invest in a business over another business. And so these are kind of the deciding factors. So I found this article here, 5 lessons Shark Tank can teach you about pitching to angel investors. And this really does distill it down pretty obviously. And so I decided to think about XRP in terms of if XRP were on Shark Tank, not Ripple the company, guys. So I want to differentiate this. Obviously, if Brad Garlinghouse went on Shark Tank and he needed money to invest in his little company Ripple, there are tons of reasons why he would be successful in doing that. But I'm thinking of XRP, something that we are invested in, something that we have questioned, maybe not always questioned, but have from time to time questioned, is this a good investment opportunity? And so I wanted to kind of extrapolate that a little bit, have a little fun in this video, and kind of discuss with you guys a little bit some of the aspects of certain companies that the sharks look for when they are investing, and try to see if we can correlate that to XRP. So valuation is the number one thing that sharks look for. So we always watch for how the sharks deal with valuation. So basically, investors come into the Shark Tank and they present their product and they give a valuation to it. So you can have X% of my company for X amount of dollars. Now guys, when you look at XRP, and I know this is a little bit different because we're not talking about Ripple here, but if you look at valuation, you look at value you're getting for what you can actually own. Guys, I know right now, after we saw a bit of a rally up, now we saw some consolidation over the last few days and we're seeing price slip a little bit. And it's looking like it's basing in this zone. And we're kind of only hovering in the 44-cent mark right now. But value, guys, we have to remember value for XRP. What is the value versus what you're getting? So in this case, what are the people at Ripple doing and how are they using XRP? Well, we know that there's real world utility. We know that XRapid's going to be using the token. We understand that this token will have a value in the future. We understand that it can settle cross-border payments instantly. There are so many reasons why the value of the XRP token is high because of real-world utility. And of course, on the show, they have a math calculation of how they can do it. But we've done math on my channel, and we've seen what XRP could do in some situations, what XRP could do, what the price could go to based on some real-world situation. So valuation, right now, I believe XRP is trading at such a low cost and the potential is so large. So I think it checks off the valuation box Number 2 is market size. The sharks want businesses that appeal to interesting numbers of possible buyers. They want interesting niches that can grow. Now guys, obviously market size, we heard about Ashish Birla saying that Ripple has a large portion of India currently. They're targeting the remittance market. They're targeting Swift's business. There are so many markets that Ripple is going after right now where they want to use XRP as the settlement token. And so yeah, you can definitely see that the market potential for the XRP token is huge. So another reason why the XRP token, if it were on Shark Tank, would be a good buy. Defensibility. And this goes to the sharks often ask, what do you have that I can't just do myself, right? So, why can't I just hire some people and become your competitor? Well, we've seen the great minds in this space. David Schwartz, Brad Garlinghouse, they have a team of really talented, forward-thinking employees at Ripple, and they do have competition, right? They have Stellar. Of course, Jed McCaleb, he is one of the co-founders of Ripple, and now he's working on Stellar. So do you have proprietary information, or do you have, a good patent or a secret sauce, as they sometimes put it, where you can't copy the token? And it looks like Ripple is the fastest token on the market. David Schwartz is a genius. There are so many reasons why this is the one businesses want to use, and Ripple and XRP is already demonstrating this. The proof is in the partnerships, right? We see so many partnerships with Ripple, and it just goes to show you that companies trust that particular coin to do what they want to do. So I believe defensibility checks off the list. Scalability or leverage. So can you scale this thing? Well, guys, this thing was created to scale. You can do small transactions. You can do large transactions. All the fees are relatively cheap. Think about smaller businesses like Western Union or MoneyGram compared to what Swift can do. So scalability definitely there. Check it off the list. The final one is industry bias. And this one kind of doesn't really go towards XRP in particular, but it does have to do with the sharks. And particularly who's in what kind of business or sector and their previous experiences. So it talks about Lori Grenier, how she says that she usually picks businesses that would work well on her QVC channel. Damon John is in retail clothing specifically. But of course, we know Mark Cuban was a tech guy, and Robert Herjavec, huge tech guy, big into security, internet security, stuff like that. So I definitely think that if XRP were on Shark Tank, it would get an investment immediately. Luckily, we don't need to get an investment from the sharks because we know that the Ripple team has already fundraised enough money and they have the money to break through these barriers. They have the partnerships already. But guys, I want to hear what you think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.